All right, guys, welcome into another 12-team mock draft. I am picking 11th overall. Just some quick housekeeping. I do have 3 current fantasy leagues that are active. If you guys want to join any one of them, you can either DM me on Twitter or email me. My email will be in the description. My Twitter will be in the description, and we're still trying to fill these leagues up. We've got a 10-team 2QB league. We've got a standard 12-team league just like this one, just the 12-point, the 1-point PPR. And then we've got an absolute mega 20-team league that is going to be something. I don't know if you guys, I was trying to get into the mock draft thing. There are so many little, leech people just drafting. It's crazy. I'm trying to get into a 12-team draft, and all the spots, it took me 10 minutes just on the queue page to get into one of these drafts. There's a little fish just getting into all these drafts. I can't get into one of them, but I finally got into this one. And guys, I really am not a fan of the 11th overall pick, just unless Dalvin Cook falls. If Dalvin Cook falls, I love it. But it's a situation where I'm someone that's probably going to be taking Joe Mixon in the first round. Just because I value running backs that much, especially this year with the way the overall depth positions look at receiver, and we will just let this go and see who these individuals take. Tuggle. Here we've got drafting number 1 overall, and guys, my recommendation, of course, Jonathan, well, he takes McCaffrey. If you think McCaffrey's going to be healthy, but there's no reason at the first overall pick, why risk it? And then that's just a very dumb pick, going Justin Jefferson, number 2. Jonathan Taylor falls to number 3. There we go. We're coming up on my pick. And guys, Najee Harris, maybe he falls to me. I doubt it. Dalvin Cook, possibly. There goes Eckler. I'm trying to stay away from Austin Eckler, but I have no problem drafting him number 7 or 8 overall. Guys, Austin Eckler, actually cares about fantasy football. He tries to get points for people. It's pretty crazy. So, that's why I would draft him. He does get injured. He's small. He doesn't get goal line carries. But, obviously, he's a top 5 fantasy player this year. So, we will see. So, if I was this dude, I would say it's between Najee Harris and Dalvin Cook. And I'd probably go Harris. But either one would be fine if I was him. He seems to be struggling a little bit. Let's draft someone. We're off to a great start here. We're going to be here for an hour. This is going to be, he's not at his computer. Nope. He goes and he takes Jamar Chase, or the AI took Jamar Chase, or whatever. I don't know how that. Devontae Adams, that's not smart. That is just not smart. See, people are getting bad advice. I swear. I don't know. Maybe it's just some random dude who drafted him, but it's just that is just such a dumb pick. Especially with the situation with the running back. I'm trying to pass the time. These people will just, it takes so long. Can we just go? So I have 2 picks, and what I'm looking to do is get at least one RB1. Maybe I go Swift and Joe Mixon. No, I feel like I don't want to go Deebo Samuel, so he did take Dalvin Cook. So we waited all that time for nothing. So I'm going to draft Joe Mixon here, and we'll see what he does with the back-to-back picks. And I'm really not interested in Deebo Samuel. I just think Deebo is going to get a lot less in terms of the rushing with Trey Lance there. I'd probably take CeeDee Lamb here. Diggs is fine, but CeeDee Lamb is going to get a crazy share. Maybe DeAndre Swift. I don't know. The issue becomes I'm going to be really weak at running back. I can already tell. I will be very weak at running back if I take a receiver here. It's just the way it works out. But I might go receiver because I do want a superstar. I'm not even sure he's at his computer. This is just a great start. It's so sad. It really is. And he auto-picks Deebo. And then he auto-picks Diggs. So I could take Swift, but I'm going CeeDee. I'm fine with taking a number 1 receiver there. And now I have a number 1 running back and a wide receiver 1. And I will be picking 35th. So I would probably be looking at someone like J.K. Dobbins, who I love. Breece Hall is another option. And then the receiver, I don't know. I mean, I might take two running. Well, Jerry Jeudy. Yeah, Jerry Jeudy seems to be moving up boards, guys. He's up to 48. Not surprising. People are taking my advice. It's so uplifting. It's I'm like a preacher out here with these things when I predict them. How is Hollywood Brown in front of Jerry Jeudy? That should be illegal. That should be illegal. So, guys, we are literally sitting here, and we're at an absolute snail's pace. I mean, I have never seen... And I'm trying to be nice with these people. It's just like, it's every person. They take it down. But guys, get a load of this one. James Conner went the pick after me. They took James Conner. Oh my. Guys, when we do our draft, I would love to see James Conner go undrafted. Be on the waiver wire in a 12-team. Could you imagine? Now, someone will draft him. I'm not going to draft him. If he's there in the 6th round, I'm not going to draft him. So I am coming up on my pick, and I'm loving what I'm seeing from either J.K. Dobbins or Breece Hall. That's what I'm looking at J.K. Dobbins or Breece Hall right now. David Montgomery. There's no way. If DJ Moore somehow falls to me or Cam Akers, Williams, there's no way. I mean, there's 5 picks. Waddle. Man, Michael Pittman, I think, is moving... No, I think he's always been 32nd. I thought he might have been moving up the boards. All right, who are they taking? You're taking Justin Herbert, sir. What are you doing? You're taking Zeke. See, this is an issue with these people. It really is just not smart. There's just a lot of not smart decisions going on. Maybe DJ... Well, good pick. I like that. See, I can respect a good pick. If Cam Akers is somehow there, I'm taking him. If he's not, I'm taking J.K. Dobbins. David Montgomery is interesting. I'm fine with taking Jerry Jeudy with my next pick, guys. I love Jerry Jeudy. It's a law that I take Jerry Jeudy in every draft. I don't care. A.J. Brown. Yeah, I'm not high on A.J. Brown, but that's like decent value, late 3rd round. I don't think that... I mean, he's a wide receiver 1. Can I get Cam Akers fall into my lap here? Are people really that scared of Cam Akers' injury? He's like 23 years old. Come on, folks. He's going to be fine. I keep seeing Cam Akers fall, and it saddens me. If I can get... Well, this dude's auto-picking. I would need Callahan to pick someone down here for me to get both. And he actually... Did he do it? I think he did. So I'm going to take Akers. If I can get J.K. Dobbins, I'm doing it. Well, So, yeah, because he auto-picks twice. So I could take J.K. Dobbins right now. I mean, that's a lot of injury concerns, I would say. The value is so unbelievable. I have to do it. So this will probably be my first draft not drafting Jerry Jeudy unless he somehow falls to me, which he won't. But the value is just too good to get an RB1 in round 4. People seem to be concerned about Cam Akers and J.K. Dobbins' injuries. Guys, both of these guys are really young, and they both suffered their injuries in preseason. With Cam Akers, it was before preseason. So these guys have had ample time to come back, and maybe with Akers, it's like a few weeks where they've got the training wheels on him, but they're like, I would go balls to the wall and draft Cam Akers in the 2nd round comfortably. Like, I just want people to know, he's been falling. Like, people think, oh, he's injured. Guys, if your league mates keep doing this where they keep letting Akers drop, I'm getting Cam Akers with the 11th pick in the 3rd round of a 12-team league, folks. I'm getting J.K. Dobbins in the 4th round. And we've got people picking Justin Herbert in the 3rd. I mean, what is going on right now? And that's a good pick. Breece Hall. You should not be picking Josh Allen. Mike Williams. I don't love Mike Williams, and I really don't love Kyle Pitts. Guys, if you want an elite tight end, draft George Kittle in the 5th or 6th round, not Kyle Pitts in the 4th round. That's just my opinion. There's just too many unknowns with that offense, and Cordero is going to eat into the target share. You've also got Drake London there. I mean, Kyle Pitts is a really unique prospect, but people think he's going to have like 1,500 yards. I don't know, man. See, this is where it's just like, we've got people taking Hollywood Brown instead of Jerry Jeudy. We've got people drafting Amari Cooper instead of Jerry Jeudy. We've got people drafting Brandon Cooks. Guys, don't be any of the... Finally, Jerry Jeudy gets picked. So I'm fine with taking Michael Thomas. I clearly need a receiver. All these other receivers I really don't love, although Allen Robinson would be fine as well. Drake London, he suffered some type of... See, I'm not drafting Chris Godwin over Michael Thomas if you're concerned about injuries, Chris Godwin is coming back from a worse injury at this point. Michael Thomas is a little bit of a concern, but my slogan with Michael Thomas, at some point he's got to be healthy, right? That's my slogan. It's been like 2 years. You'd think he got the big deal. All right, that's a decent pick, Darren Waller. And then I will draft George Kittle, probably. I'm definitely going to pick George Kittle. This dude is auto-picking, so I can just manipulate the draft. Wow, the AI took George Kittle? The AI is so annoying. So the AI actually really sniped me there. I'm going to go ahead, and with this pick, I'm probably taking wide receiver depth. So just looking at it, Mooney. Guys, Mooney it's tough. Allen Robinson seems like, yeah. The problem with Mooney is like Justin Fields. Do we trust him? I mean, you could have taken him there, but Allen Robinson seems like he's going to be a pillar, like a solid pillar that's going to get 8 to 10 touchdowns in that offense. That's just my opinion. And you get some nice depth. You've already got... See, guys, this is what I always do. Pretty much every draft, I'm drafting 3 running backs in the first 4 rounds, and my starting flex is always a running back. That gives me elite running back depth. I've got Mixon, RB1. Cam Akers, gonna be the RB1. J.K. Dobbins, gonna be an RB1. And then you get some receivers, probably with this, now my strategy changes. I was gonna take George Kittle there. What would I do at tight end now? I get sniped for George Kittle. I'm looking at someone like Dallas Goedert, honestly. I like Dallas Goedert. The Jalen Hurts thing is a little concerning because Jalen Hurts is just not he's just not very good when it comes to throwing. Gesicki, but yeah, I would really target Dallas Goedert here. Ideally, what would have happened is the dude would have not been an AI, and he would have picked someone else to where I could have taken Kittle there. Then that would have opened everything up. But now you have to adjust, and I'm probably taking a receiver. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, that's decent value. I don't know what to make of Clyde Edwards-Helaire anymore, guys. I really don't. All right, we are coming up on my next pick, and I do see Dallas Goedert was drafted in the 7th round, so I'm going to have to... I would not take Dallas Goedert in the 7th round. That's a major reach for me. But either way, guys, people are going to call me crazy. I'm fine with taking Trey Lance here. Absolutely. Maybe just looking at this list, I really, all of these guys, it's just, I'm not interested. I'm really just not. Especially like Damian Harris. I don't know. Like, when are you going to start Damian Harris and feel confident? Are you ever going to do Brandon Ayuk? I like. I do, and Tony Pollard. So maybe No, I know what I'm going to do. Tony Pollard and then Trey Lance is what I'm going to do. 100%. Brandon Ayuk is another guy that I do like. But that offense, there's a lot of mouths to feed. So there's going to be some weeks where he probably doesn't get a lot of targets. Chase Edmonds seems like good value. That's another thing with Chase Edmonds. Like, when are you going to feel confident starting Chase Edmonds? Let's be real. So, can we make a pick here, buddy? Jesus. Stevenson is going in front of Damian Harris now, huh? Kadarius Toney, that's definitely a risk. I'll go ahead and draft Tony Pollard. I love Tony Pollard, guys. I've said it multiple times. Dak Prescott gets picked. And yeah, I have no issues here. I certainly need to draft him. So yeah, Trey Lance, 100%. Make sure you get Trey Lance, guys. That's a no joke, no doubt about it pick. He's a QB. He's going to finish as a top 3 QB. Rushing ability. It's all about rushing ability. This is freaking brutal. I'll tell you, I'll be honest, these guys are treating it like we're drafting for World War III here. We finally get Damian Harris going off the board, so what a major drop that was for him. And guys, my overall thought process right now, probably going to have to take Mike Gesicki here, and I would also love to get my hands on Kenneth Walker. Oh my goodness, Garrett Wilson is still there too. Wow. I have to get a tight end. I want to see how deep the tight end position is. Freiermuth, I think, is decent, guys. Right? I know the quarterback situation, but normally young quarterbacks, I feel like Kenny Pickett would throw to Freiermuth a lot. Chris Olave is getting a lot of hype, but I am not drafting Chris Olave in front of Garrett Wilson, man. That's a good pick, Kenneth Walker. I am going to go with Gesicki. He's in a decent offense. We'll see. And then when it comes to my receiver... my other pick. So James Cook is here. Yeah, I may have to get Henderson as well for a handcuff for Cam Akers. But probably right now, I like the idea of drafting James Cook and taking a chance. I just want to make sure. Yeah, it's just Robert Woods is just the injury concerns. He's older. Gage, there's way too many mouths to feed. So I am going to take James Cook. Guys, the Buffalo backfield is really weird. Since Josh Allen has gotten to Buffalo, there's been no even semi-elite fantasy running back. So, what happens to Singletary? What happens to Moss? I don't know. I do have to see where Henderson is located here. So, I would recommend, guys, if you do draft Cam Akers, going ahead and getting Henderson as well. Of course, if you draft Dalvin Cook, you're going to want to get Matson. We know how that works out. And I will just tell you who I'm going to pick here because I'm going to have to wait and do this. So I'm going to take Henderson, Algier as two of my bench spots. Then I will probably take... Actually, I'll just wait. All right, guys, we are coming up here on our next pick. And yeah, so these two picks are both going to be running backs. I'm going to get my handcuff. And then I'm going to go ahead and take Tyler Algier, who is a player that I love. Personally, just looking at all the other players available, tight ends, Landry, just players I'm really not interested in. Maybe DJ Chark is someone I would say, but I would just rather go, get my handcuff and then get my number one sleeper when this happens. So we'll go ahead and do that. And as I come up on my final picks, just a few receivers that would be intriguing to me. I do need receivers right now. So Tolbert is very interesting. He is a rookie, but he should receive at least some targets with James Washington and that injury. Nico Collins, currently the number 2 receiver in that offense with Houston behind Brandon Cooks. And then another guy who I'm probably going to take, he is pretty far down, Romeo Doubs, who is getting some hype. The Packers, we don't know what's going to happen to their passing game. This is a rookie that has significant talent, and he's also with Aaron Rodgers. So he's a guy that really could be a deep sleeper, and I do need a receiver, so I will go ahead and take him and probably draft another receiver after that because I do need receiver depth. Isaiah McKenzie, him and Jamison Crowder are basically the exact same player. Devontae Parker, no thanks. Tolbert, take another rookie. I don't know. I think what I might do, Alec Pierce is interesting. This year as a rookie, though, that's tough. I'll take Odell. No, I'll go ahead and I'll take Tolbert. And then what I'll do is just draft my kicker and defense, and that'll be it, I believe. Yep. So they're literally only letting me draft a kicker and a defense. So I'm trying to remember some of these week 1 matchups. So the Browns, if you're streaming a defense, the Browns face Carolina week 1. The Chargers, I think they have a tough game week 1. The Patriots, they might be at Miami. Bengals, Eagles. I would have to actually look. Let me just quickly look at the week 1 schedule, and then, because we need to hash through this. Week 1 NFL, and we'll see who is the best team to stream in terms of the week 1 games, and we'll do that. If it'll load, please. So, the Bengals are at home versus the Steelers. Patriots, Dolphins. Colts are taking on the Texans. Are the Colts available? No. Saints, Falcons, Ravens, Jets. Oh, the Commanders are the team to stream. Well, they're not even available. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and take the Bengals, who are at home against the Steelers. I don't know what I would do in terms of my actual leagues. I'd probably do something different. And then I need a kicker. And guys, I would just pick someone who you think is going to score a lot of points. Really, I'd have to look at the games and stuff like that, but that is my final pick. By the way, Deshaun Watson got picked. Fourth to last pick of the draft. That's tough, man. You're going to have to save a roster spot for him for 11 weeks. I don't know. But this is my draft, picking 11th overall in a 12-team, 1-point PPR league. So I go Joe Mixon to get an RB1. CeeDee Lamb, a really good receiver. Back to the running backs, Akers, Dobbins. I love getting that depth. Then I go Michael Thomas. We'll see, maybe a little wild card. But then I get, the sure-handed Allen Robinson. Tony Pollard, I love. He is going to be the RB1 in Dallas by midseason. Trey Lance, superstar. Gesicki, I kind of got screwed. I wanted George Kittle. The AI sniped me. James Cook, it'll be interesting with that backfield. Darrell Henderson, that's just a handcuff. Algier, my deep running back sleeper. Dobbs, a wide receiver defense, a wide receiver sleeper with a team that really has a massive need for a good receiver. Tolbert is kind of another rookie. Both of these guys are rookies that I'm taking chances on that are both easily droppable if I have to drop someone. And then Bengals defense and my kicker. So that is my overall draft, guys. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.